Today I'm going to show you how to make this rich, beautiful split pea soup full of just rich flavors. It's so good and hearty and warming, and the recipe's coming up now. Hi, it's Jolene from Yummy Inspirations, and today I'm going to give you my recipe for split pea soup. It's got veggies and split peas and it's just so yummy and hearty, and we're in just approaching winter here in Melbourne any day now, and this is just the perfect winter recipe. Let's get straight into soaking our split peas. So I've got a whole bag, a 500 gram bag of split peas here. I'm going to pour it straight into a big bowl. Okay. And then cover it up with water. There you go, they're all covered up with water. Now put it in as big a bowl as you can and cover it up, leave some room for them to expand. We're going to soak them for either overnight or at least about 4 to 6 hours. So it's morning time now, boys are watching breakfast TV, I'm in my pajamas. I'm in my pajamas. It's really early in the morning. I've just popped this on to soak, and I'm going to let it soak all day, and I'm going to show it to you later on this afternoon when they have soaked and expanded. It just makes them easier to digest and easier to cook, and I will show them to you this afternoon when we're ready to do the next phase of our split pea soup. Okay, now it is late afternoon and this has been soaking all day. Look how it's expanded in the water. It's just soaked up a whole lot of the water. Now we're going to get ready and make our soup. So first off, I'm going to heat up a little bit of coconut oil. You can use coconut oil or butter or ghee. Heat up a little bit, and I'm going to add an onion and a couple of cloves of garlic. Right, I've got coconut oil heating up in my giant pot saucepan, and now I'm going to add onion. I've gone for a red onion just for colour. This was one enormous red onion. You could use 2 smaller onions or 1 large onion, and I've got 2 cloves of garlic that I've added in there, and we'll just let this just soften a teeny tiny bit. And now I'm going to use lamb shanks as my meat in this split pea soup. That is the meat that I choose to use to give it beautiful flavour, and just using 2 lamb shanks, which I'm going to add into the pot in a little bit. I'll just let this heat for a bit and just soften a tiny bit. Had to move the camera away a bit because it kept getting really steamy. So now I'm going to add my 2 lamb shanks. I've gone for French lamb shanks just because they're a tiny bit smaller and they're neater and they'll fit in there. You can use ordinary lamb shanks, but in my pot this is what fits. I'm just opening them up, and the cat is under my feet. You can smell the lamb shank. Sorry Bella, there's going to be nothing for you. Right, adding 1 lamb shank. Oh, so good. I know usually ham hock is used in this recipe. We just don't eat ham, so I go for a lamb shank. That is our substitute. So we've got 2 enormous lamb shanks in there, and we're going to brown those off nicely so we've got lots of flavour there. It's me, I'm sorry. So we'll brown these up, and then while that's browning up, we're going to drain and rinse really well our split peas. I find that it's easiest using a pair of tongs, oh look at that, to move everything around. Alright, should be easier. Sorry, the cat's now rubbing the tripod. Okay, all that flavour. Okay, we are ready almost to add in our split peas and just cover it up with water. Right, I have drained my split peas and rinsed them really well, and now we'll just cover it up. Oh, the split peas, and now we're just going to cover it up with water. Okay, so it's completely covered with water. Probably need to top it up as we go. We are going to add some veggies, but first off, we're going to give this a good 1 hour to cook so the meat has a good chance to cook and the split peas can soften up. So we're going to cover this up, cook it for 1 hour, stirring from time to time, just checking if all the water's evaporated. If you need to add, if some of the water's evaporated, you need to add a bit more. Just stirring to make sure nothing sticks to the bottom, and then just leave it be. Leave it be for a good sorry, not for you, kitty. Leave it be for 1 hour and we'll check on it then. The split pea soup has been simmering away for about an hour. I've just cleaned off the top of all the little scummy bits like that. So just take that, I've got a little cup to the side and just pop that into that. And now that it's like getting soft and beautiful and mushy, we're going to just add a couple of chopped carrots and a couple of chopped potatoes. I like potatoes in mine, it just gives it a little bit more of a richer flavour. And I've got 2 really large carrots I'm adding and 2 little potatoes. So 1 large or 2 little potatoes that I've chopped up pretty roughly. And now we're going to cook that for another 45 minutes or until, well, I like it 45 minutes. You might want to cook it a little bit longer, a little more mushier. You might be quite happy with it after half an hour. It is up to you. Can you see all those peas are now just mushied up, and it just is one beautiful thick soupy stew type of thing. And the meat has started to fall off the bones. You can see little bits of meat everywhere. Oh, and there's a little onion. It's just a big beautiful bowl of split pea soup, a pot of split pea soup. So we're going to cook it for another 45 minutes. Let's just put the heat back high, bring it up to the boil, and yep, just simmer it away for 45 minutes and I'll show it to you shortly, all beautiful and plated up. And our split pea soup is done. Look at those beautiful pieces of meat in there. It's just all fallen off the bone. I've taken the shanks out, removed all the meat, popped all the meat back in the soup. Now those bones, you can discard them or you could reuse them and make a bit of bone broth. Beautiful and rich. This is the split pea soup. It's all done. You can see the carrots and potatoes and the soup, the split peas have just dissolved and they are just beautiful and delicious. And the cat's coming to try and take a look. Cat, away. Apologies, go away. It's not dinner time for you yet. Okay, so that's the split pea soup. Check below for the full recipe with all of the ingredients and the volumes that you need to be able to make this for yourself. And give the recipe a like and a comment. Let me know, have you made split pea soup in the past? Do you have a kitty that disrupts you? He's jumped up again. Go away. And subscribe. I share new recipes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and subscribe so you get notified as soon as something new comes out. And we'll see you again soon.